startled me a little bit. I thought I pushed the wrong button. But no, we are, as Receptor would say, we are green and go for our first match of the evening. So I would love to hear from the chat box your predictions. Who will take it? Will it be Supernova, the #1 seeded team in AMI, or will it be Legendary, who is making their own name for themselves right now, pushing through at a 6-1, where Supernova is 9-0? That's right. Predictions go. And okay, good. The host let me into the box. We have our opening tip-off, and it is Supernova who comes up big with the first possession of the night. Bodies are flying everywhere, and that is doing work up top for Supernova. I think that's Quack is Alive, who just went absolute beast status on the plant. Look at that, 85 points. And he charges with authority into the spawn area and completely obliterates Legendary. That was kind of painful to watch. Now I feel some kind of personal allegiance to Legendary because that was, that was Texas team, and I have a fondness for Legendary. But then again, Supernova has Quack is Alive, and us birds need to stick together. Birds of a feather, we flock together. So I'm gonna have a hard time calling this match. But for right now, it is Supernova with a definitive start. Wasted no time, but Legendary is no pushover team. Sorry, Ava, I had to. And they have possession for the second round and are looking to make a move, establish themselves, dig in, and put up a fight. So we've got some 5-4 predictions, we've got some 9-0s, we've got some 6-3s. It seems to be a very wide spread of possibility here tonight. And we got the runner right beneath the announcer's box, hewn in by 2 Supernova tanks, and is forced to pass the ball to the far side. That is, that's Pac-Man doing the tanking duties over there, protecting his runner. He's joined by Ava. And then there is MacPot, which is Treek MacPot joining them, which means that Hosty is running. So Hosty now, all alone, decides to pass the ball back to Ava, who scoops it up without a hesitation. His 2 tanks go bravely into battle, but both are slain. Here comes Tariq MacPot stepping up, protecting her runner. Runner hugging that far side of the wall, using it as protection against his flank. Tariq up top, doing well and holding Supernova at bay, allowing her runner time to strafe, but now he's in danger right across the pad. Hosty's gonna spawn, drive back the offense, but Legendary having some difficulty just getting out of their half of the court. Hosty doing well, maintaining possession, not getting himself into any situations from which he cannot escape. But Legendary is going to have a very difficult road ahead of them if they're not able to start stringing some kills together. Great defense right here. That right in front of you is Tariq MacPot doing a solid job of taking out pretty much everybody on Supernova single-handedly before she's taken out, pressing forward. And a great stiff arm by Hosty. I think that's who has it. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, that was Ava. Ava entered with a great stiff arm there. Unfortunately, his tanks were not there to back him up, and he was able to escape, but that was about it. Holding steady now at the halfway point. Sword threatening, gets taken out. Pac-Fan steps up, is struck down very quickly. Runner again strafing to the far side, trying to find any kind of momentum. We have Pac-Fan just strafing straight towards the goal. Drew some attention to him, which is, sometimes that's the best thing you can do, is be a meat shield for your runner and give them some space. And space is exactly what he earns them. Ava again with an important stiff arm as he retreats. Pac-Fan unable to do much else other than and then take the bullet for his runner. Always an honorable thing for a tank to do. Pac-Fan is back up top, leading the charge, gets taken out after he killed Quacks Alive, and that was Pimp in the Crib who killed Pac-Fan. Ava forced to drop back, shifting near side. He's got 2 tanks with him, and they seem to be tanking all right one-on-one, but just not really able to string any significant kills together, and that makes it really, really difficult to put the ball on the pad. So Ava playing a very latitudinal game, stretching the court from west to east, from north to south, and doing the best he can to trail Supernova tanks into his own tanks and not afraid to get the stiff arm when he needs it, which is going to be soon, and he does. He lands that stiff arm, creates some space, gets a second stiff arm, and is trying to show his tanks how it's done. Because Ava is being very, very patient, and his tanks are doing what they can, but Supernova's defense is holding strong. Solid press by Legendary, but Supernova, again, just they give an inch and then they take a foot back. And there's nothing that Legendary's been successful at so far, being able to... Oh! Lunge there by Quack is alive against Aviange, takes him down, and now Supernova have possession. Freak Mathawk threatening, holds up the runner just enough, and now the rest of her team is tracing down the runner. Runner throws the ball to... Can't see who that... I can't see the tag. And they're gonna hold back just a moment. And again, that was... I think that was Pimp? I can't quite make it out. And the ball's free in the corner. Divine Beauty passes it back center. Supernova in a little bit of trouble as they are scrambling on their own half. But now they're putting some kills together. And we'll see if they're able to quickly make this a 2-0 or if Legendary will come roaring back and step it up and cause some problems here for Supernova. Runner's forced all the way into the back of the spawn, having to run behind the Halo a few times. Here comes Aviant with Hammer, chasing down the runner, clears out the retreat, and gets a nice swing, but it's not enough to take out the runner. Runner's still in trouble, finally gets rid of it. That's Pimp the Crim, passes it off, and they live to fight another day. Legendary trying their best to hold steady at the halfway line and prevent Supernova from just doing a full court press, but the runner is getting in on the action too, gets it a clutch stiff arm, lunges forward on it, and it is Divine Beauty doing beast work on the plant before she is taken out. Finally ball to the opposite side of the pitch. And Supernova continuing to really run the pace of this game. They have been on point. That first tanking spree by Quack is Alive was a bit godly, to be honest, and it's a great way to start off the game. Supernova now has struggled up a little bit. They're having some problems. That's Nicodemons with the pass, and but props off to Legendary after such a rough and kind of scary start. And we have a crouch. Yes, we are crouching here. So if you are not familiar with the rules of the game, when someone takes a knee like that in matchmaking, it means there's something wrong. So we're going to take a look here. Nobody has lagged out that I can see, but perhaps somebody is having some connection issues. If that is the case, you take a knee, and just like calling timeout in any sports game, that is expected for the players to respect that. So I am only seeing 3 members of Supernova, but this is saying that they're all there. So someone maybe they're... I don't know, maybe they're... Oh, he was hiding. Maybe someone's controller died, needs new batteries. Maybe somebody needed a bathroom break. That's not unheard of either for taking a timeout for a piddle party. Thank you, Pac-Man. Look behind the one. You're right. There it is. So right now the captains will talk it out, figure out what they need to do, and we'll most likely resume with Supernova with possession. And I'm sure Legendary will back off a little bit, and we will restart the game as soon as we are clear. Yes, apparently from the sideline, Cal has informed us that Quack is Alive is diving, so I'm going to award Quack a yellow card for acting on the pitch for his diving. So yellow card to Quack is Alive in the 17th minute. Alright, so we're getting a report from Pimp from the court that there was a complaint of lag, or someone was having difficulty with lag, and everybody took a knee just to make sure that it was okay. And it looks like we're about to get back underway. Maybe? Possibly? Yes, and we are back underway. Cal Taylor would like to know if there's a way to lower the quality of the stream. Whatever you do, just don't cross them.
Your team dropped the ball.
Legendary forces a turnover. So what's my predictions for USA versus Germany? I don't want to think about it because I'm going to be at work and I'm not going to get to watch it. So I'm just going to cry hysterically for 2 hours until it's over. And if we can get a tie, that will make me happy. I don't want to think about it much more than that. So let's stay focused right here in the here and now. Let's be mindful of the present moment as we watch Legendary versus Supernova just smash each other in the face with hammers over and over and over again. And runner's in some trouble. There's really nowhere to run to, but Hosty still somehow emerges from that not only alive, but is able to pass the ball off and retain possession. Legendary, far side. Once again, just having a little bit of trouble with his runners getting... Wow, someone is jumping all over the place. Not quite sure who, but I can definitely see it on the spawn there too. But you know, these are professional players here, and we will play on. Again, Legendary just having kind of a very difficult time of creating any kind of momentum. They've been able to hold themselves one-on-one pretty well, but that's mostly because of Ava not being afraid to punch somebody in the face and the smart passes they've been making. So, you know, hats off to Legendary for being able to maintain possession, even though it does look like Quack is a bit glitchy, and we've got another knee being taken here. I don't think... Yeah, there we go. Whoever that was didn't quite know what was going on. So we've got another crouch here for lag. Crouch for lag. Oh crap! It thundered. She's shaking. Ellie, come here. Oh. It's okay. Alright, so Ellie's gonna join me now because it's thundering and she is very afraid of the thunder, so I'm going to hold her and tell her it's all gonna be okay. Because it is okay. Oh, sweetie. Alright, so we're just gonna take a second while the teams figure out what exactly is going on and take care of whatever issue they may be experiencing. Oh, Eleanor. Oh, sweetie. Alright, so... I'm just gonna take a couple minutes here to figure out who needs what and what's going on, and... There's swings of the hammer, so there's the international sign of, hey, let's play some Grifbrawl. And we are back underway. That's Hosty, who is running for Legendary. Legendary on the near side, Ava tanking. Hosty jumping in front of his tank, boldly going where runners should not go. Let me just say that, Calgarian. But somehow they still manage to keep possession. And goes in and gets a stiff arm. And that is... Who is that? That's Hosty, I think, who has it right now. Nope, not Hosty. Well, anyway, here comes Legendary on the attack. The runner deciding to take his life in his own hands and start making things happen. Not a bad strategy, especially considering the struggles that they've been having. The runner's really going to have to be more of an offensive, aggressive presence on the court, if, at least as far as I'm concerned, for Legendary to really start making things happen. Because in the tank down situation, the defense of Supernova has pretty much been perfect. So Pac-Man there passing the ball off. Dangerous pass right in the center to Ava. Ava's taken out. It's Supernova with the ball. They get popped up. And they were not able to plant that. So close. Very, very dangerous close call for Legendary. Supernova have the ball back, and they will be looking to redeem themselves and make some more points magically appear on the board for them. Again, that is Quack is alive in the spawn, causing havoc. And finally, we do have a score for this game. That is Define Beauty. I believe that was the one who... Okay, well, either Define Beauty or Pimp. I can't quite remember who scored the first one. But it's okay.
Ricochet.
There's a vibrating beagle in my lap. That's a new one. Alright, so here we go. Round 3. And it is Legendary who comes up with the ball off the tip-off and is instantly in some problems, but goes in, and that is Hosty with possession. Got that clutch stiff arm. Hosty now continuing, holding to the near side. Pac-Fan got taken out from behind, and now Hosty's in a 2-on-1 situation. He got 2 clutch stiff arms, but in the end, it is all Supernova, and they just take it from him. He had no support. He was all alone, and no matter how good a runner you are, you're not going to get a god punch. Not in Halo 4 at least. And here comes Supernova crashing down on the Legendary spawn. Runner took a bit of a hit, and he's not going to be able to follow his tank. A little miscommunication there by Supernova, but we'll see if it actually impacts them. It definitely delayed things a bit, so good job for Legendary. Supernova is still able to pop up and pass the ball backwards so that they can maintain possession. Holding on to it now, strafing towards the center. Trying to rout the Legendary defense. Runner goes in, misses the stiff arm against Pac-Fan, but his tank comes in and cleans up for him. Runner has all 3 tanks forward. There is a member of Legendary trailing behind him. He gets the stiff arm and gets separated from his tanks. Good route there by Ava to separate Quack from the rest of his tanking line. Supernova keeping possession, holding steady. Game has definitely slowed down after that first goal. Wasn't sure how long this game was going to last, but both these teams have dug in and are ready for the long haul. Supernova on the far side has a tank running to the opposite side of the plant, looking to be open for a pass. Not sure if Legendary sees him. Well, Legendary saw him, but Supernova didn't. So that didn't quite work out, but it was a good bit of thinking there. Nice some creativity from Supernova. Runner backed into a corner. Pac-Fan jumps, gets the deflection. Ball drops dangerously onto the Supernova Halo. But they again come up with the ball and are holding on to it. Runner once again finding himself in trouble, throwing the ball away at the last possible second. The ball skitters to the corner and is just waiting for someone to pick it up. Finally back in possession, Supernova turns up court, looking to make a press. The tanks are very widely spread apart, which can make it really, really difficult to get some kind of offensive together, unless it's like this, where you've got someone just sitting there on the plants. And tough break for Supernova, but great awareness by Legendary to see the lurker and to take care of that threat pretty much immediately. Supernova never wants to be discouraged, though, and they're right back at it, harassing Legendary on their own half of the court for much of the time. Nico Demons with a good couple of kills there to help his runner out. Runner has some happy speed, always on the move, always trying to entice the tanks into situations where Supernova has the majority as far as the numbers is concerned. Hosty does well, holding up the runner just long enough for the rest of his teammates to respawn and set themselves at the halfway line. But here comes Supernova. All tanks forward. This is a strong press from Supernova. We're like, yes. For a second there, I wasn't quite sure they were going to make it. That was Nico Demons with the plant, just because the runner cut in so tightly against his tanks. So, well done for Supernova. They're up 3-0 over Legendary. Alright, round 4. Fight! Legendary again, coming up with the initial tip-off, but not able to do much with it. In fact, pretty much instantly under a great deal of pressure from Supernova as the runner is chased down, forced to cross the path. Not the most accurate cross, or maybe some miscommunication, and the ball falls into the clutches of Supernova, but they don't have it for too long before it's once again evicted from their grasp, and Legendary has possession. But now he's in a 2-on-1, jumping towards his Halo, another pass into an awaiting Supernova player. Somehow Hosty got rid of that lurking Supernova tank and comes up with the ball. Huge play by Hosty there to basically save his team. And they are on the scramble right now. We've got an ambulance ball finally picked up by Pac-Man. And he has possession, is going down this left side. He's got all 3 tanks with him. This is the best shot the Legendary has had all night, and they've got, oh my gosh. That is some amount of patience there on behalf of Pac-Man. I definitely don't think I would have had that patience, for better or for worse. Goes for the wall hop, doesn't quite get it. He just teased him or sets himself up for a home run drive to the face by Supernova. The ball though takes a legendary roll and goes to Pac-Man, who passes it to Avianch. That was definitely the best look that Legendary's had all night. So we have Tariq Macpot in the spawn doing everything that she can, you know, tap dancing, swinging your hammer, drawing attention to try and help her runner out. She held in there as long as she could, but eventually Supernova just said no. They just said no. Yes, Pac-Man, it is very difficult for me to remember who is who. Supernova holding on tight, slowing the game down to their pace. They are firmly in the lead and probably feeling pretty confident. That's Define Beauty with a pass that gets slapped down in the air. Can they capitalize on this right there? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if Tariq couldn't post that there, that would have been an absolute travesty. But just like that, one not perfect pass, one body getting in the way, and Legendary's on the board.
New ball spawned. New ball spawned.
But here comes Supernova roaring back. Won the tip-off. Runner was looking for a pro run. He has 1 tank in the spawn, cut off by Hosty. And his tank is still in there. That is Quacks alive once again. Just, I don't know, maybe he's a werewolf or something, or a were-duck. Because he just absolutely transforms. He's very, very quiet, and all of a sudden he just explodes onto the scene. And it has been quite a difference maker for Supernova this game. Runner still with the ball, running, jumping, faking a pass to try and get Ava to swing early. And it pays off with a nice stiff arm to the face. Going to traverse to the near side, waiting for his tanks to respawn, because it is Ava and Macpot. Ava and Tariq, who were crashing down, and they still are crashing the gates of Supernova's happy place. Macpot there with the chase down. Hosty and Pac-Man holding the runner steady. Runner having to shift to the far side, but is getting enclosed on in a pincer maneuver. All 3 tanks cutting down the forward, or rather the advancement, and the trailing tank got taken out. But here comes Ava, tracing down, eyes on the runner, not afraid whatsoever to go for the 1-on-1. That's pimping the crib with the stiff arm. And I believe he actually might be on a killing spree. So yeah, Barrett's Clutch has a really great observation that yes, Legendary is putting up quite the fight, especially after how that first round went. They definitely have no quit in them. There's no quit in this Legendary team. And they just keep throwing themselves against the waves of Supernova aggressors. And Supernova, oh, nope, got taken out right there. Great heads-up play by Hosty to clear the spawn. Hosty now, lead tanking gets popped back. Avianch in the front also gets taken out, as did Pac-Fan. Everybody's just turning over, everybody just keeps dying and respawning. Figure this is, it's a pretty John Madden thing to say, I guess. Supernova holding steady on their back quarter. Runner keeping his options open. Under pressure, Pimp in the Crib puts the ball up, passes it to the far side of the court. Runner pressing forward, has got two tanks trailing behind. Quack runs, jumps. It was Macpot there about to intercept, but she got taken out at just the last moment. Legendary putting on quite the defensive display as they chased down the runner. That was Ava with the threat. Runner was forced to take the hit, get the stiff arm, and then pass it off. Ava once again looks like he's going for a hawk dive against the runner, but Nico Demons just absolutely gets a clutch double kill and is just not stopping until he was killed. Unfortunately for him. But a really great presser by Supernova. Great tanking so far from both of these teams. So as these two teams continue to duke it out, just want to thank everybody who came out tonight to support these amazing Grifballers as they put on a display of their talent and skills for your viewing pleasure. Are you not entertained? So right now we got Supernova up 3-1 over Legendary. Again, Supernova is currently the #1 team ranked in AMI, and they are currently 9-0. So a win tonight would put them at 10-0. For Legendary, they're not too shabby. They're at 6-1, and I believe are in the top 5. But they have their work cut out for them tonight against Supernova. Oh, see, that is where myself and the runner are going to disagree. I think he should hit a one-on-one on the plants. They're having a hard enough time just getting to the plants, and they have not had a hard time forcing turnovers. I really think that Supernova needs to, you know, start stepping it up just a little bit and going for those one-on-ones. I mean, they are up 3-1, so they're, you know, obviously not in any kind of pressure or any kind of hurry. But that definitely could have been a goal, in my extensive runner experience. As we continue on, Supernova still have possession. They have a lot of room to run up top. It looks like all 4 tanks of Legendary got consumed by one Supernova player, and they were alerted to the presence of the runner just in time. They have to be careful because Supernova is coming in full throttle right now, which is a clean press over the plant. And let's see here, that was Pimp in the Crib with the 4th point for Supernova. So it is do or die time for Legendary. They have 1 point on the board. You score once, that means you can score again. So we'll see if Legendary is able to battle back against the ferocious plasma fireball of Supernova.
New balls spawned.
It is Supernova who come up with the tip-off. Fancied themselves a pro run, then thought better of it. Probably wisely, Legendary on the respawn, doing well, keeping Supernova at the half court, running past distracting tanks, trying to surround the runner. That's Quack is alive. No, Pimp at the Crib of the ball, passes it back to the center. Didn't lose too much ground there, but the tanks were not able to create any kind of path. The runner's going to have to pass the ball back yet again, and Supernova is in trouble. They are, well, Ava's in the spawn, and he's coming at the runner at a flank position as the rest of his tanks come at him from the forward position. A dangerous ball is forced across the court. But so far, Supernova seems to be handling the pressure with relative grace and poise. Well, yeah, I mean, it's space. Everything is relative, right? There's like a theory behind that. Supernova keeping calm and carrying on. Runner in a sword battle with Hosty. That was Quack who decides to toss up the ball instead. And it is intercepted by Tariq Macpot, who passes the ball back to Hosty. Hosty instantly has a sword in his face. Pac-Man steps up like a hero, takes a sword like a boss, and it allows Legendary to live to fight another day. Running, jumping, Hosty runs forward, passes backward. Ava's there, but that's about it. Ava's going to have to just outrun the sword tank behind him, or run and swish and... Okay, that was just kind of a comedy of errors as those two bounce across the court. The red team Supernova takes over the ball and are stuck in the middle, but they've got two tanks forward. It's a 2-on-2, a 3-on-2 situation, and that's it. Nico Demons finds a gaping hole in Legendary's defense and puts up the 5th point. So officially the game will go to Supernova as a 5-1, but we will play all 9 rounds because, hey, it's what we do. And because come playoff time, the amount of goals you have scored and who you score them against can impact your standing. Not to mention that because... Now, where was that, Legendary? Where was that? Well, Legendary with the pro run, and that was Tariq MacPot representing, playing hard. We got a couple more rounds to go, but keep in mind we do have another match after this one. We have our pro circuit teams who will be playing for you. Here on Wednesday, Grifbrawl, brought to you by GrifballHub.com. For all your gripping and balling needs, check out GrifballHub.com. Supernova with a high amount of pressure. Oh, what a spawn by Pac-Man. That was the most skilled spawn I've ever seen. So well done to Pac-Man on that one. Again, Legendary not willing to go down without a fight. It doesn't matter that the game is lost. There are points to be won and there is status to be earned. Because if you're not familiar with the AGLA, all these players are bid on. So at the end of the season, your stats do matter. How many deaths? How many kills? What's your KD spread? How many goals did you get? How many stiff arms? So even though, you know, the win is going in Supernova's column, there's still the things that the players can do as individuals and as a team to finish out this game in a strong manner. Supernova takes over possession, holding the ball on the far side. They have 2 tanks forward. Ava steps up, but is taken out with a hammer from behind. No, it is... that was MacPot closing down the corridor and rebutting Supernova's advance. Supernova now coming near side, trying their luck. They do have a player on the far side who is open, passes to the center instead. Legendary is flying through the air trying to deflect those defensive and offensive passes, but it ends up with their deaths, unfortunately, and Supernova is going to have to drop back and reset. Pac-Man is hammer jumping all over the court, and again, like I said earlier, I thought that Ava was going for hawk dives. It's always fun to see. Closing in on another point, perhaps? That is, and I believe that was Nico Demons. Yes, Nico Demons again. More points on the board. 6-2, Supernova over Legendary. We've got 1 more point to go. And I do believe that somebody did predict a 6-3, so this could make or break the predictions from before the game started. And yes, we are here every Wednesday night for Wednesday Night Grifbrawl. We typically start at around 9:30 p.m. with the pregame show, 10 p.m. for the actual tip-off. But tonight, because we had so much going on, we had the debut of the new Grifball maps created by Knockyard, and we had 2 games to show. We started a little bit earlier than usual. But if you ever need your Grifball fix, you can always check us out every Wednesday right here on twitch.tv/GrifballHub. If you will be in the Austin area, oh my god, next week. Cal, is it next week? Oh my god, I can't even. And there goes Supernova, finishing up with a 7-2 win. And that was Pim in the Crib with the final point. So we will go down and break down the stats for you. But as I was saying, if you are in the Austin area or are planning to go to RTX next week, be sure to stop by the Grifball Hub booth. We will be there with bells and swords and hammers on, and we will have 16 games cases complete with Xbox 360 so that you can play as much Grifball as you can possibly stand. We'll also have a Grifball tournament, Grifball panel, and a ton of swag to give away, as well as some lovely merchandise that you can purchase, including a Grifball MLG t-shirt, our classic Grifball t-shirt, which is kind of like an old classic baseball ringer, but it says Grifball instead. We'll also have Grifball cinch bags for sale. So these are the only place that you can purchase them. So you should definitely do that. I don't care if you live in Alaska, you should come to Austin and say hello to us. All right, for your stats breakdown, Supernova, Define Beauty going super status at 2,445 points. Nico Demons at 1975, Quacks Alive at 1940, and Pimp in the Crib at 1550. Triumph Hosty for Legendary had 2110. Tariq Macbot had 2015, Pac Fan 1590, and Aviant 1445. So you can see the goal spread there: 3 for Nico and 3 for Pimp, 1 for Define Beauty, and 2 goals for Tariq. Lots of assists for Supernova. 2 defensive stops for Nico Demons, 1 for Quack is Alive, and only 1 stop for Legendary, and that was by Pac-Man. There were no actual interceptions this game. Defined Beauty went up a positive 28. Nico Demons at a positive 11, Quack positive 5, and Pimp in the Crib positive 4. Triumph Hosting negative 23, Tariq Macpot positive 20, Pac-Fan negative 20, and Aviant negative 39. So a very disparate KD spread for between teams and within Legendary as well. And I'm actually surprised that Quack did not have more. I felt like he was really turning it up out there. But again, that might be my bird bias. All right, so that is it for this game. And but stay tuned. In just a few moments, we'll be loading the lobby up with your AGLA Pro teams for the second match tonight, which is Vital Signs versus Hybrid Theory. And give us just a quick break, and we'll be back with that game.